So, good evening. Welcome back to another show tonight. I'm John. I'm going to do a live phone in. So, if you like the comments, if you like my videos, please smash the like, subscribe if you are new. And it's been quite an eventful day last night as well, and Sunday. So, about a takeover now is being delayed, and it's been put on hold until early next year, sort of thing. And I think both sides kind of agreed to it. So if that's the case, cool, fair enough. But we still got the cat to sort out as well. So if we win the cat case, believe you and me, then I think that may either get the takeover out of court as well. So guys, I sent the link, and if you want to come and we chat and get off your chest and tell us what about what's going on in Newcastle the past couple of days, send a message for Davey, Jason, and also I sent one out to Big Donald as well, and just come on, sort of thing, so I'll get you in. So I send a link, just come on. Whoever comes first, I'll get a person in. So at the meantime, I listen to Simon Jordan, Jim White and Simon Jordan show all the day, and Steve Riff came on, and I've listened between him and Jordan having a ding-dong battle sort of thing. So tell us what you think of that today on Talk. So if you listen to it, have a listen to it again, and then look, just listen to it again and tell us what you make of it. Yeah, I thought Steve Riff handled it really, really well, and I think Simon Jordan's been, in my opinion, again, it's just being an absolute clown, because I think Steve Riff had in his place. I know people ain't gonna agree with that, but listen, at the end of the day, I think he handled it really, really well, and I think well done to Steve Riff. And like I said, and if you want to talk about the York City game on Sunday, which is an absolutely shocking performance, and please come on live and tell us what you made of it. And I just, I've got Davey just left us a message. He said, come on when he's finished the shower. Thanks for sharing that information, Dave. I must appreciate that. Just let us know. I sent the link. And I mean, if I can get Billy, Jason, come on chat. I sent you a link. Just come on, and I'll just wait for you guys. So, watched the York City game on Sunday. Had a watch along there, and Jason came on very, very late. And I got my monk on down as well, by the way. And it was a shocking show. It really was shocking. One shot on target. That was poor. Really poor. And if we lose on Friday against Doncaster, we are absolutely knackered. 2 seconds, I shut the door. So, excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, that was a poor performance for Newcastle, and one shot on target, and he just played his normal 3 at the back, 3-5-2, and he just didn't bother changing it up. I want to see different formations in pre-season and friendlies. I want to see different styles, and this manager just doesn't care whatsoever. So I've got some comments here, by the way. Evening, John. Do you realise Newcastle on an Italian side? I don't get it. James, since Newcastle can't even compete with Brentford, and looks like John Anderson, Supermac will have to come out of retirement to play for the team in the Premier League. I tell you something, they did. I tell you something, they showed as hipsters, they will not tolerate failure as well. And James, what does a Sunderland fan do after watching the team doing the Premier League? Turn off the PlayStation. Sounds about right. Level 7 Dave has been busy today, going around all the local ice cream mans who are asking if they would be willing to play their tunes as he walks down the aisle. He said that he's going to get married. Maybe Claire can give me a bit of advice. She's a Red United fan. Tonight, lads, the last days we'll be taking our trip down memory lane as John brings back football Italia. Not tonight. No Italian football on this channel. They need night off. Don't care what anyone says. John cajoling the limp. It wasn't even a new injury against York. I don't know if he fancied it, by the way. Lee, evening, John. What's your take on the takeover news, which came out on yesterday? At first, when I heard the news, I thought we were done, absolutely done. Then I took a step back. I overreacted yesterday. I do apologise for that. And we have got the cat case coming up. and I expect us to win that as well as going public as well. So we've got the cat case, which the Premier League tried to throw out, which they have failed, and we are going to win the cat case. But if we win the cat case, actually probably a conversation, he'll probably knock it back, just say, look, we want to take over. And then I think the Premier League will not fancy arbitration, we'll probably sell it out of court. And I'm going to read out all messages in a bit. I've got the first call out of the day. If you just give us 2 minutes, I'll just go. Sorry about that. And he came in. Could get him on now. Can you hear us, Billy?
I can, yeah, hang on. I'm trying to get my camera back up again.
Take your time.
There you go.
Good, yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sunburned, but apart from that, I'm good.
Fantastic. Listen, thanks for coming on, mate. I really much appreciate that. I thought I'd do this tonight, like the chance the fans a chance to come on and air their views. And yeah, what an event for a couple of days, Billy. I mean, starting a takeover, and basically, how do I put it? I mean, when I looked at the news, I thought, oh God, we are done here. But we always got the cat case. Tell us your thoughts, Billy.
I think you've got to look between the lines. The club wanted to win the cat case first, and I think they've manoeuvred it so they can do that. The cat case is all about the disclosure of what's going to come out about the Premier League, the people in charge, Hoffman, Masters. And I think once that goes through, and if the disclosures reveal what we think they're going to reveal, I think it may be over before the arbitration even starts. I think that's what Keith Patterson's been saying. The cat case is crucial to go first. So I think it's quite clever by the club to manoeuvre it this way. But I also noticed that the Premier League, it wasn't just us that had messed up with with the arbitration. It was also the Premier League. So I'm not sure they've got their house in order. Well, it's in their advantage to win the arbitration first. And I'm not sure the Premier League have actually got their house in order. I think it's positive. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it and I thought it was the day, but Keith Patterson has come on and said that the cat was always going to be the first thing. If we win the cat case, which I believe we will do because the Premier League's trying to get rid of it and they failed. If we win that, then my guess is Ash's going to be off the conversation. Ash was going to say, stuff the conversation. We want to take over. Let's settle out of court, yeah, because if they get beaten up in the cat, I guarantee you one thing, they're not win arbitration. They do not want to go through that. And I think they're going to settle out of court.
I think what we'll see is if we see what we think we're going to see, is that the two at the head of the Premier League committee won't be in their position any longer. And then we'll see different people in charge of the Premier League, hopefully with a more sympathetic view to what's going on.
I totally agree. Get someone who knows actually about football sort of thing and understands the fans, understands what's going on. But these two clowns, Masters and Hoffman, they haven't got a clue. That was ready to go. That was ready to be passed, the takeover last year, until Guy Hoffman came in and told them through the span into the work sort of thing. And Richard Masters being controlled. I think the Premier League are being controlled by the Big Six. And if that is true, that is shocking, Billy. It really is, man.
Maybe not just the Big Six. Maybe being from Coventry, I know a little bit about Gary Hoffman, and I know a little bit about his mate who presents on beIN Sports. They are close friends. They do go to the match together. Yeah. Richard Keys has approached him in the past about buying Coventry City Football Club. Gary Hoffman has attempted to do so on 6 or 7 occasions from Sisu, and he's been turned down at every avenue. Now, I'm not an expert on Middle Eastern politics, but I do know there's massive rivalry between the states of the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, etc. And for beIN Sports, which is a Qatari organisation, it wouldn't be in their interest for a Saudi Arabian-owned football team to be running riot in the Premier League with their money. That's what we'd expect to happen eventually, So I think there's more into it than just the Big Six. I think beIN Sports obviously get more people watching when the Big Six are playing, and the same goes for Sky as well. But I think we're an exception to that rule. I think we're a massively followed club, and we deserve to have a chance of being in that table with all 20 clubs. It's not just the Big Six. It's about the 20. And I think this what happened yesterday, clever manoeuvring by the club. Not so clever by the Premier League to allow it to happen, but I'm positive. I'm still really positive, and that's down to what I've heard today and what I've read today. Yeah, I think things will move on hopefully sooner rather than later. And if it doesn't, we've got the arbitration in the new year to come. So
yeah, let's hope we know the Cats first sort of thing. We win the Cats sort of thing. I do not think the Premier League would fancy take us on the arbitration, and worse, then it's got an advantage. And I think the Premier League do not want to fancy it again, because I think Nick DeMarco, for me, would just absolutely rip him a good one. And on to Sunday's game against York City. We got beat by a goal to nil, one shot on target. I mean, Steve Bruce had the opportunity to play different formations. He chose not to do it. He just stuck to such a 3-5-2 all the time. We haven't learned out really sort of thing. I know people are going to react and say, Sally friendly. Yeah, but also I want to win games as well, Billy. Do you know what I mean? Because if we go to Doncaster on Friday and we lose, I'll be very worried going into it. What's your take on that one, Billy?
Steve Bruce only knows one way. It's the same way. When everyone was playing 4-4-2, he played 4-4-2. He's moved. He's a dinosaur. He lives in the past. And the thing is, when he was at his peak, he wasn't very good. He's never achieved anything really, apart from a few promotions. And Premier League wise, he's always been outfought. And therefore, what I saw at York, I wasn't surprised at all. It's clear that we need investment in the team, and it's clear we're not going to get it. We can only hope on a few loans here and there. We really need Graham Jones back as quickly as possible, because Steve Bruce and Steve Agnew and Steve Clements, seriously, they're just not worth anything. They've got no clue at all. If they do anything with Newcastle like the season before, where we were quite comfortable, it was down to luck mainly. There was nothing outstanding in the tactical department from Steve Bruce. And I do worry, and I actually think Mike Ashley probably would have. He's the only one daft enough to employ him, but I think even he's seen now that it's not worth investing in players for him, because he doesn't use them properly. And he's not going to spend money now anyway, is he? Let's be honest.
No. I hear you, man. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I mean, if you think Brentford's just broke the club record buying Christoph Ajaf and Celta £13.5 million. They also got some firm Italian as well from Denmark as well. So they spent the best part of £20 million. And here we are. We just sitting there absolutely doing nothing at all whatsoever. We are an absolute joke of a club. And then people's going to come out and say, we really have to, and sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But how are you, man? It's just a joke. The club is a disgrace. And just one more question to go, because I got Phoebe's coming on. Where do you think we're going to end up this season, Billy?
I think we'll finish 14th, 15th, that sort of area. I think Graham Jones will bring some sort of decorum and peace into the club when he comes back. He's a clever man. We've seen what he did with the England team. We saw what he did with Newcastle last season, and hopefully he'll come and do the same again. We need to keep. I don't think we're going to sell any players, because I think if we sell players, that makes the value of the club less. And obviously, with the deal still to go through, but he won't be selling some Maximans and people like that. That won't happen. We just need to get back to it. We need Willock and maybe one or two others. We lack in every area on the pitch. Let's be honest. But I think we can scrape by, and that's what we'll be doing this season, scraping by. So nothing to look forward to, really. Just making sure we're not getting relegated at the end of the season.
I hear you, man. It's just it is what it is, and we can't force any players. We need to get players, and Willock will be solve the problem. But at the end, like you just said, we need players at every single department for me, sort of thing.
But if we get Willock, we're only going back to where we were at the end of that season. We and we need to improve on that, really. So Willock and others, really. I don't want to see the likes of Hendrick playing next season. Them kind of players. I think we need another centre, a fast centre half. I think we need another striker.
Yeah,
we could probably get by with people on the flanks, and hopefully Miggy can come good next season. I just don't have the confidence that Bruce will know how to use him properly. But I think we can scrape by, and that's the best we can look forward to, I think.
Sure. Well, just one more question, Billy. Did you listen to Steve Riff, Simon Jordan, Ding Dong, and Talk Sports Day? Who won that one? I was saying Steve Riff.
Yeah, Steve wouldn't. Simon Jordan's got a vested interest. Remember when he was at Palace and wrecking the club, and the club was a mess when he left it. Who did he employ as his manager? Do you remember?
Steve Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
And
And
then
I think Simon Jordan knows if the takeover goes through, Steve Bruce is on the highway to somewhere else. He won't be working for Newcastle anymore. And I think it's just a case of looking after his mate, really. That's all. He has no interest in the takeover for Newcastle, really, apart from the clickbait. But as an aside, I think he's looking out for his old mates to keep his job, because he knows if the takeover goes through, then Steve Bruce will not be the Newcastle United manager anymore.
100%. And as soon as he goes to Bella, because he's going to take us down this season, I can see that coming. And all these people coming on, having a go at us, saying I'm being negative, having a go that that I'm being doom and gloom. I'm not. I speak facts. I speak the truth.
It's realism, John. It's realism. It's realism. You've got to look. Never. Where Steve Bruce is concerned, you can never set your sights low enough, really.
Exactly.
And for me, say 15th, honestly, it's a stretch for me. I mean, but anywhere above the relegation zone is really all my cash he wants. If he's still there, that is at that time, and that's all Steve Bruce is really capable of. I mean, he flew 12th last year. Let's be brutally honest about it. He flew 12th last year with the aid of a forward-thinking coach that they brought into the club. Steve Bruce on his own, nah.
Yeah. Definitely not absolutely ridiculous sort of thing, but it just goes to show it's like Napoli or Milan finishing 12th, 30th every season sort of thing. That will not be tolerated in Napoli and Milan. Absolutely no way. It will not be tolerated, and it's just that. Billy, thanks for coming on, mate. And let's hope that we get this win this cat case sort of thing, and hopefully we start really well, because Bruce needs to start well. If he doesn't, then he is done for me sort of thing. But Billy, thanks for coming on, my guy, and have a good one, man.
Mate. Bye-bye.
See you later. Ta-da. And the next one I'm going to come on to is big fella, Donil. And Guy, how are you doing, my guy? You good?
Yeah. Well, yeah, all good, mate. All good, mate. I was thanks for inviting me. That's all I'll say. I was confused. I looked at Twitter. Luke had on tagged Dunil B ? And I was like, what's this all about? And then Luke told us that John wants people to come on. I said, okay, I'll come on, no problem.
Well, glad you come on, mate. Thanks for coming on, and glad to, because I've got a couple of other people's coming on as well. I'm still waiting on Davey. I'm still waiting on my guy Jason as well, and I'm sure I've got a lot to say, mate. So yeah, thanks for coming on, David. And I mean, it's been an eventful couple of days. First of all, we're going to talk about yesterday about breaking news coming out of the arbitration. So it's going to be delayed for another 6 more months, or at least until next year. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh God, this is done. And I reacted on Twitter yesterday, and then people still need to kind of chill out, which is understandable. I did apologize on Twitter, sort of thing. So what I've done, right, and I believe this is going to take over now. That's a clever move by the Premier League. So I thought about it, and I thought, clever move by the club, actually, not Premier League, by the club. And, listen, I mean, the Cats, we're going to win that hands down, because they tried to kick it out, didn't they? And tried to go and kick it out, and it failed. So what do you take on it, mate?
Yeah, I think the Cat move was the move yesterday was definitely a clever move by the club. The way to look at it is the club have got the ball, the Premier League have got to try and get the ball off them. The club have got possession. The club are Spain, and the Premier League are Slovakia, trying to get the ball back off them. So it definitely is a clever move. And also the Cat, obviously, talking about the Cat case, that will be overseen by an independent board, somebody who's got no interest in either camp. If it had, with the arbitration that was going to happen, from listening to the short 24-25 minute podcast that Steve Wraith did with Keith Patterson today, that basically the arbitration case where the separation was going to be sorted, that would have involved people who had worked for the Premier League, i.e. mates, helping old mates out. Whereas here, nobody can be nobbled. It will be totally independent, and free of any, what's the word, conflict of interest.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah,
It'd be the separation. It's all down to separation. Yeah,
yeah.
There's no link to it, right? From my opinion, there's no link to it, and it gets to take over. Yeah,
oh, absolutely, absolutely. We win game, set, match. Yeah.
And what happened is they're gonna offer Ashley compensation, right? But Ashley's gonna try and say, I don't want compensation, right? I want to take over. And then what will happen is, I think they're gonna settle us out of court, because I really do. We win that, and I do not think as well the Premier League will want the arbitration, because they probably get defeated again. You know what
absolutely. I mean? Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I personally think it all stinks to high heaven, because another thing to add in, which I suppose they may bring up in the CAT case, is that they've just bought a stake in McLaren, yeah? Yeah. Now, surely, who's it, FIA or Formula One, who oversee Formula One, yeah? They'll have their own rules. No red flags seem to have been raised there, or, no separation or state. And they've said, all right, go ahead. You can buy it. McLaren F1 for you guys, lovely jubbly, and it's gone through no problem. I know it's a minority stake, but it's a transaction. It's a purchase of a sports team. No red flags raised there, anything. So why here? I'll tell you why. And this is why they're dragging the heels with this takeover. One, any club north of Manchester, it's they're not allowed to come to our party. They want to keep the party of the big six, the two Manchester clubs, Liverpool,
I hear you.
Arsenal, Tottenham, and if another club increases in size, such as our beloved Toon, then that is going to put a dent in the revenues of the sort of so-called cartel, and they do not like that. So that's something that will never come out in the open, but I think as football fans, we all can see that, we all can feel that north-south divide is still there. Northern clubs, because we get this takeover, we become something. We can rule. We've got the capability then to rule the roost for goodness knows how long. Because one thing that also is in Newcastle's favour, I mean, I've been involved in grassroots football. It's just not a football hotbed for the Premier League club, for the at the sort of elite level Premier League, but also grassroots level. Every Saturday, Sunday, you have kids teams playing, Sunday league teams playing.
Yeah,
we have clubs like, obviously, I'll give them plug, Newcastle Blue Star playing in lower leagues, and this our city lives and breathes football.
What's that?
And okay, your Manchesters and all that, fair enough. But before Manchester became the powerhouse it is now, we were winning leagues, and we were all right. It was 1927, but in the 1950s, we were a cup specialist team under the days of Jackie Milburn and Joe Harvey as captain, George Robledo. So we were at the minute we were a sleeping giant.
Yeah,
bit of investment, and we become bigger than the giant in Jack and the Beanstalk. So yeah.
They know what it is, right? I mean, I'll say something now, right? I mean, obviously, I watch Italian football, and I love Serie A.
Yeah.
If suppose, say, a club like Udinese, right, or maybe Spencer, I've got to take a while the Saudis, right? I can tell you something now, right? Not one of the top 6, 7 Serie A clubs were in FIA, right? They just say, carry on, go for it, well done, big up to you. Yeah. And Italian FIA will love that. The Saudis bought the Super Cup game, right? The Formula One, the golf, they buy big sports teams, okay? and they're not allowed to buy a football club. That tells us everything they need to know, right? The FA, the Premier League, is an absolute disgrace. The Premier League is a joke, right? And I'll tell you now, right? One of these days, right? Everything's going to come out in the open, right? And believe you and me, right? We're going to win the day. I hope we win the cat. We hope we win the cat. And I tell you what, they will have no choice of accepting the takeover. Because if they don't, then they'll be hell on. The top 6 are controlling the Premier League, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was past ready to go. It was past ready to go, yeah. And then Gary Hoffman came in and then threw the spanner in the works. And believe me, right, the whole thing is a joke. And what can I say, man?
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, big up to the supporters who went down last Friday. You know, that's what you know, true football passion is. True football support is. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've been on Match Day Live with Polly, and obviously Steve's allowed me on. And I tell you what, they care for this club from here. You care for your club from here, inside heart. It comes from the heart. It's supporting a club is not like wearing a designer label. It comes from the inside.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. Totally agree. Someone who needs to be open very, 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 very soon. And talk about the York City game on Sunday, sort of thing. It was shocking. Yeah, I could tell in yourself, man. One shot on target the whole of the game, right? Have we seen anything different from Steve Bruce? Because I'm not.
I'll use 3 words: cut and paste.
Yeah, you've got it. And it's more and everyone telling us to say, it's only a friendly, But I also want to win games as well. I want to see I want to see 4 or 5 formations during the game, not just one set. Because we're going to get found out this season, big style. Because no new players coming in, no new players coming out. Yeah. If we get beat off Doncaster on Friday, right, I'll be very, very worried at this moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, as I usually say, he might have been a good centre half, but good players don't make good coaches. Don't necessarily have the up here coaching nous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he never learned anything off Sir Alex Ferguson.
Totally agree.
You know, even I suppose, for example, somebody like Martin O'Neill, and I'm not saying, but example, Martin O'Neill did pick up little things off Brian Clough during his Forest days, yeah. But you know, Brucey was part of I know he's only there till 15. Yeah, he won the Premier League, and he won a Cup Winners' Cup with Bury, but he didn't pick up anything. He's too in the past. Modern football management is what's it called? It's about attention to detail. Yeah. You know, using horses for courses, not just playing 4-4-2 every game. It's like, right, okay, if he's gone 3-4-3, I'll match him 3-4-3. If he's gone 4-3-1-2, I'll match him accordingly. So it's as you say, it's about experimenting with different formations. Steve Bruce does not have the football now. Simple as that. The man with the football now has just had unfortunate, but he's had a good Euro 2020 campaign with England. Graham Jones, that guy has the football now. It was because of that guy that we were fortunate to get that run going towards the end of the season and finished where we're finished. So as I say, I think also it's going to be a shock to Brucey's system when fans are in, because fans will let him know.
Well said.
If it's not going, he got out. He had his get out of jail card last season because obviously empty stadiums behind closed doors. But this season there's no get out of jail card. If it doesn't start well, they'll be on his back, and he could be looking at a P45.
Let's hope so. And I'll tell you what as well, sort of thing. You touched on that as well. Where do you think you're going to finish this season? Where do you think you're going to end up the season?
If I'll be honest with you, I think again it'll be scraping survival again. I'm going to say it'll be just outside the bottom 3 relegation places is where we'll finish.
We're gonna get relegated, mate. We're gonna get relegated because the players don't know what they're doing. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what's gonna happen.
You know what? I hope we don't, but as I say, it's getting a bit. You will find it's getting a bit monotonous and boring now, where every season the ambition is just to hang on. And when you're climbing a mountain, when you're Chris Bonington, you want to get to the top of Everest. You don't just want to hang on, do you? And say, I'll just stay here.
Exactly, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you want to get to the top, and then, I mean, we've been run like a Sports Direct shop as well off the pitch,
Yes.
And that is also getting a bit tedious and boring.
Exactly.
I think, unfortunately, the only cups we're going to see are in the directors' boxes with tea and coffee in them. I don't think we're going to see anything cup silver wise. Unfortunately, we all want to see it, but
Exactly.
So, let's hope we're wrong. I mean, hey, let's hope we're wrong. But
let's hope we're wrong, man. Let's hope we're wrong, but it doesn't bode well, done it, sort of thing. Listen, David, thanks for coming on, my guy, and you've been a fantastic sport, man. Make sure you come on again, this could be like a regular thing. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Anytime, man. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming on, and let's enjoy your evening, and big up the team. Take care. Have a good one.
Yes, man.
Dara. Right, next I'm going to go on to, I've got Jason, and I'm going to get David on as well. Good evening to you guys.
Yeah, all right, John, how you doing?
How are you doing? You good?
Yeah. Not looking forward to the new season.
Wow, not good. Listen, thanks for coming on, guys. I mean, I've got to start with Jay first. I mean, what an event for evening last night. And breaking news came out. And basically said the opportunity is going to be adjourned until early next year. And then the Cats are still alive. I overreacted. I do apologise for that. And then I realised I thought we got a Cat case coming up. I thought we got a great chance in taking it on. So for me personally, I think the Cat case come on first before the arbitration, which I think is right. Keith Patterson said the same thing that day with Steve Wraith. And I'll start with you, Jay. What do you make of it? And what's going on?
Well, firstly, whether you're overreacted or not, everyone's got their title to their own opinion. So whether you want to say something, then just say it, is all I say. Doesn't matter what other people have to say against you. If they've got their own opinion, let them say it themselves. But if you've got your own opinion, just say it. You don't have to apologise for anything.
Well said.
And basically, I agree with Bazza, what he tweeted out earlier this afternoon, saying that I'm just sick to death of hearing it all the time. It's gone on for 15, 18 months now. Now we've got to wait another 6 or 7 months till it's being done again. It's just the same old crap over and over again. We're not getting anywhere with this.
We're not. And the fact is as well, right? I mean, the fans have suffered all this. The fans have suffered from this as well. I mean, people's got health issues and people's got to rely on the title. Is it going to happen or not, sort of thing? People's got lives, you know what I mean? We've got better things to do, and it's disgraceful, man. I mean, I for one glad this Cat kiss is going public, and we're going to win that hands soon because the Premier League wanted to get rid of it, but they failed. And if we win this, and I hope people watching this, if we win the Cat case, right, and we're successful on that, might actually be offer compensation, right? He's going to try and say, I don't want compensation. I want a takeover, I want the Cat case. I don't want compensation. I want the takeover, And I think the Premier League will not want to go for arbitration because they're going to get embarrassed again like they did that time. So, what do you make of that one? Do you think it's going to happen?
We all know the Premier League is corrupt. They're hiding everything. All they want to do is protect those top 6. The top 6 do not want another team being a dominant force. You look at any other league, they'll quite happily have another small team or a mid-table team become a force so that they can have a challenge. When it comes to the Premier League, they're going to stick to the 6 just so that they can win all the trophies, they can get all the best players, and the rest of us don't even matter.
Exactly. I mean, like I said to you the other day, so if it hadn't been happened in Italy and Udinese and Valencia or Cagliari got taken over by the Saudis, they wouldn't have a problem at all. They're not going to get clubs. Like there's doesn't matter what happens lately. If you get a takeover, cool. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely fantastic. That's all that's got rich backers as well, sort of thing. No one haven't said about them at all whatsoever. The Saudis buy a golf club, F1s, etc. The bottom line is, right, and let's be real about it, it's just but they're not by a football club because they're being controlled by the big six, and it's just sickening. Davey, what do you think of that, mate? I have to agree.
Well, in first, it's playing hell with my anxiety, my depression through the roof.
Yeah, man.
I can't cope any longer with the stress of this case. It's basically it's not helping me anxiety. The anxiety's through the roof. So it's just not on. It's just not.
As he just walks off.
I have to agree with you, Dave. I can understand your pain as well, mate. I really, really, really do, because I said earlier on, it's
not just the Premier League who's getting hurt in all this. It's all like the fans and the expectations. Yeah. So what do the fans? Did they not take into consideration the fans?
No, they don't. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the fans. I mean, the Premier League. I mean, they're putting us through the mince ass sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And the fans have suffered enough now. We've had enough.
Hoffman and Masters are a monumental bellends.
Yeah, man. I totally agree, and well said.
You can guarantee it, if the takeover was to happen, those two will be stepping down.
Oh, go on.
I'm telling you, right? If it was any London team like Crystal Palace or West Brom, this takeover would have been done ages ago.
It would have been. Any other club, it would have been taken over.
Any other little London club, likes of Crystal Palace, West Brom, anyone like that, and this takeover would have went through ages ago. Because it's Newcastle, and no one likes us. Well, we'll just take our time.
Get David back in. And
hi guys.
Hi, again.
Hi, David. Yeah, some good points on there. Yeah, absolutely have to agree with both Jason and David on that. That the fans are the ones who are suffering. Ups and downs. It's not fair on the fans. It's getting and a lot of this has caused like wars on Twitter. It's caused splits on Twitter. Just people like fan base arguing amongst themselves, which isn't good. And
it's not good for my anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Health at the book. I mean, at the end of the day, it's football, but at the end of the day, your health comes first. Yeah, your health is number one priority.
That's why I can't go back to the stadium until this is all sorted out with. I can't go through and sit and watch the dross that they play every week.
Yeah.
It's pass the ball back 6 or 7 times, and then we'll lose it. Then we'll go down. We'll go a goal up. Then we'll sit back and we'll just defend that goal. It's like what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if football was a restaurant, if football was food and there was a restaurant, you wouldn't go back, would you? But it's because
you'll be asking for a refund every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
I've said I'm going to stop going until it gets this takeover goes through, and he's away, and that stupid manager of ours is gone.
Yeah.
Because he has not got a clue how to run a football club.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the old adage as well. Good players. He might have been a great centre half, but he's a rubbish manager. And he worked under one of the best managers ever in British football, and he hasn't learned to dicky bird.
No.
Prove that against York. And where are York? They're in 5 leagues below us, and he couldn't even get a goal against them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's another thing. that's another thing, right? It was embarrassing to watch. Watch would go down against York City, 5 leagues below.
I know.
You get everyone saying that it's okay. It's a
they're in the
pre-season
same-
friendly. We need the fitness. But no,
They're in the
if this
same-
was a cup game and York beat us, think of the toxicity there would be around everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Jason? It'd be like AFTV. You know what AFTV is like, don't you? That's toxic AFTV. But it's funny.
Yeah.
Ours will be even worse than AFTV. In fact, if you're not careful, we're going to end up like AFTV. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? All the toxics going on. You're not allowed to have a go at the fans. You don't have to go at the players, sort of thing. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? If they play crap, it just gets toured. I'm sorry. If people like us, if people don't like us, we comment stuff. You know what I mean? But I do get apologies from DM. I'll just say, stuff your apologies. I don't want your apologies. You're the one who's telling us not to apologise to them, then change 59. Nah. I've got a comment here from I've got to go for the comments quick list sort of thing. I've got quite a few here. Has anyone listened to Steve Rief's interview with Keith?
I've not long just watched it, the Steve Rafe against Simon Jordan, and I loved it. I loved it.
No, I haven't watched it yet, but I'll go.
No, it's good. It's a good watch. It's well, I listened to it in the car on audio when I was coming home from work. So yeah, it definitely it clarifies what we were told yesterday. So so puts you a bit, but the soap opera.
Simon Jordan as well. Who do you reckon won that round? Do you end watch that one today? White Jordan Shaw today and Steve Riff. Ashley put Jordan in place today.
Yeah, Steve done him, man. Steve done him up like a kipper end of, man. What you call
just like Amanda Staveley, he put him in his place.
I haven't watched any of them.
And then I get in comments on Twitter saying that I'm talking absolutely rubbish, sort of thing, blah blah blah. Yeah, if that's your opinion, cool, that's fine. But at the end of the day,
that's like me, right? I tweeted something out, and I got hammered. I got absolutely mullered for my tweet.
No.
Yeah. I've got some comments here, Chris. Got a few here. Yeah. I got this one. This is season Steve Bruce's last season as things stands. I hope it should be done before that. But it's current deal. Recently, as things stands with Ashley as owner, who would you like to see as manager if Bruce leaves?
Give it to Graham Jones.
He won't. Bruce will be given a new contract. We know that for a fact. If this club isn't taken over by the January window, he's being given a new deal. Yeah. Because Ashley's going to stay in charge, and he's going to keep him because he's keeping us up. That's as far as it's going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
This is just. I'll tell you what. Our club.
I would give it to Jones.
Yeah.
Give it to Jones all day long.
Football knows.
He actually knows tactics, and Bruce has even admitted that he didn't even get his badges. He went straight into management. He has not earned his badges, and he does not do tactics.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only badge Steve Bruce got was probably, his.
Probably the only badge he got was his Blue Peter badge.
That's it. or his Bobber Job badge from the Cub Scouts.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, guys?
I don't even think he's got that.
I'd rather take Travis Scott as my manager. I'm telling you. I repeat, I'd take Travis Scott as my manager. It's a pop singer sort of thing, and I think he's an actor, pop singer sort of thing. But
all right, I was going to say I never heard of him.
I'd rather take Britney Spears.
Yeah. And if she has a bad result, she'd be going, "Oops, I did it again." Yeah.
Yeah. Or overprotected.
I'd rather take Cheryl Cole. She's a proper Jodie.
Well, yeah.
Telling me. I'm going to read some comments quickly, so I've got quite a few. This is last season. We'll read that.
I believe you now. I've got to get something to eat. Anyway,
nice you get yourself away, Donald, man. And catch you. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Nice to meet you.
You too. So, I'm going to read this comments out quickly. He's a good guy, by the way. I love him to pieces, man. And he talks sense. Gets his food. And Jim said, John, have you ever been out to away? If so, who was against and how did you rate the experience? I've been to a few away games in my time, especially on the Bobby Robson as well, and I absolutely loved it. You know what I mean? I've been to good games. Leeds away, we were 3-1 doing 1-4-3. 2-0 doing against Derby, came back and 1-3-2. I've been to good games. Blackburn 2 each when we got Champions League.
I went to PSV when we beat them 4-2 in the Champions League.
Yeah,
and I also went to Barcelona when we got beat 2-0.
Yeah, man. I've been into Milan, do 2-1 up.
Yeah, I went
Look,
that one.
I was there. Loved it. And and what about you, James?
James, really?
Oh, Jason.
I tweeted out a little while ago to put everyone in their place when I had a huge rant. Is that yes, I am one of those fans that has never been to a football game. Based on my health, I have never ever been to a football game. I have the Valley not far from me because I'm down southeast, so I'm not far from Charlton Athletic, and I nearly was able to go to an away game there, but health always got the better of me. So I've never actually been to a game at all. I'd love to go to a game, but I've never actually been to one.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, I'm sorry to hear that sort of thing, but you just never know, sort of thing. You just never know. And I think it's best not to go back until you get a takeover, and then I can guarantee you see some better times in Newcastle. I've got so many messages to go through. I'll be as quick as I can. Lee said, "John, takeover."
That's why I'm not going back. You know, it's me health. My health comes before my football club, unfortunately.
Well said.
But like I say, I've made my stance. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah.
You know, I've got Sky. I can watch it on Sky.
Yeah.
You know, but I ain't going to give him another penny of my money.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
Because all he's doing is he's pocketing all that money. I don't 10 million. He's giving them 10 million to spend this season.
Brentford spent 13.5 on Christian Aja.
And they spent 9 million on Frank on Yeke.
So that's 22 million.
They spent 22 million. That's 2 players more than us, and they've already outspent us.
Yeah, and we haven't spent a penny. The club is in turmoil. The club is in. I can go on.
Where's Willick? Where's Willens at the post are we getting?
Well, apparently, I also couldn't go to America for a friendly because of COVID, so grounded. But I got Lee here. John, takeover's the only thing I was getting excited about now. That's pretty much being taken away until next year. I lost optimism and honestly believe Bruce would take us down. We got the cat to look forward to, Lee. And I'll tell you something as well. We win the cat.
But that's only for the him to get his money, him to get his I think that's for the compensation, yeah.
He turned that down. He said, I don't want a compensation. I want a takeover. Yeah. And then what will happen is, I don't think the Premier League will go for arbitration. They don't want to get embarrassed getting the board.
Do you think he'll turn money down? I don't think so.
I think he might turn it down. Paul said last week he reckons he's going to turn it down and he wants to take over. That is it. But all I say is, if he turns the money down, I think he's going to be settled out of court. And Lee said you can see trips to QPR, Derby, Borough on the horizon next season. And
I can't see him. I can't even see him turning the money down, to be honest with you. I really can't.
I hope you're on there. I hope you're on. We'll see. Jordy, hope you're on that. They seem to a lot of people following the York friendly saying that's only match fitness, not results. So why are few followers making a trip down the Doncaster on Friday night? For me, I've said it many a time. Yeah, fitness.
I ain't going down there to watch just football.
I wouldn't do it.
They're going down there just to throw the abuse at Bruce.
I ain't traveling. What is it? 19 miles there and back.
And the rest. Oh, I think
on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm not going down there to watch the dross that they're going to play.
Definitely not.
You know, we haven't even got a goalkeeper that can keep the ball out of the net.
That's the listen. I'm not gonna dig out on Langley because this is not his fault. You know, he's the 3 players has got COVID injury, etc. You know, but
I thought Langley did pretty well against York, considering he's only 20 years old. He's 6'7". He's one for the future. But will we ever see him again? We got 4 other keepers in front of him that are probably not, and he's not going to be seen again.
Yeah, totally agree.
Well, apparently they've held off Bournemouth for Freddie Woodman, right? Where is he? Where is he? He's not even in training.
He's
Well,
isolating because he's isolating with Mark Gillespie because Darlow came down with COVID.
Oh, right.
True. Just quick, I've got Paul John. Did you watch Malcolm in the team? I didn't know. I watched on videos and that yet, but I have not been to watch his player.
Oh,
That was before my time.
I've been to
The cat case. This is a good case. The cat case with changing English football if it works in our favour, and believe you me, it'll work in our favour. Let's be real about that. Am I right in thinking Hoffman and Steve have a past? I heard about that, but I don't know the full facts. I really don't know the full facts. And wish I had a past with Stevely. What's up, Gareth? Hope you're okay, my guy. You know, I deliver his tyres, sort of things. A top guy. Delivering to his tyres every single day. Lovely for lad. He's a big Swansea City fan. So gutted that didn't go up for him. His sore. The pieces about Jake. York might have been a friendly, but it was a strong team with a manager who's been there a while. So new tactics to learn and get used to. It just wasn't good, wasn't it? Jake, I totally agree with you, mate. I've been saying that. It's all about not just the fitness, it's about the tactics and doing something new I haven't seen now.
The only thing new I saw in that game was that stupid hat on top of Bruce.
Yeah.
All I've seen new was the fucking new kits. That's all I've seen new.
We ain't even seen the away kits yet, as far as I'm aware.
Wow. I agree. Crazy. But we better do that, youngster.
No, but that's saying on the on Newcastle website. Oh, get behind the lads and start supporting them. Start supporting them. But they need to start giving us something back to support.
They need to start playing for this.
Well said.
You know, you can only give them so much support, and then once they start dropping in form and stop giving them for the badge, then we're in our total rights to go against them and start booing them.
Yeah, I totally agree. They got to show us as well.
It's the fans that pays their wages.
Yeah, man, absolutely agree. I've got Lee. I think Hoffman and Anderson has me. So are part of Barclays, which were part of the trouble, which Amanda had known so long ago. Yeah, so he comes in and plays toward FO. I tell you, some sort of we win this, so we can get a takeover. I tell you what, Richard Masters, Guy Hoffman will be out on their ear. Let me tell you, against a non-league club. A few hundreds going to Doncaster on Friday. What's the point if people lose and the players think it's all about match fitness? I totally agree, man. I always see something different. I always see different players, different formations, etc. Lee says Newcastle will finish between 13th and 17th. Lee says Simon Jordan. I think he'd be relegated. If you don't get this cat, if you lose a cat case and you lose arbitration, we'll be relegated. I'm telling you that from now. There he goes again with his talent football guarantee. Talent club to get a mention at some point. Just give
Can I just mention your comment last night, Jason, about Victoria Sponge?
Well, Pete did say, "What's her name?" I've got that came straight to my head immediately. I was like, Victoria Sponge.
Yeah, but her name is called Kelly.
Happy for you, dude.
She's a wonderful lady.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, but that's a great comment. Needs absolutely loved it, but
not as great as your one, John. If you get it on the chin, take it.
Take it, man. But I do get a lot of stick. But listen, that's what I celebrate, sort of thing. But the dual link and business sort of thing. Listen, I'll laugh at it, I'll love it. But there you go. And that's what makes the show goes around. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good for health. It's good for people's having health problems, like a few people, sort of thing. You know, I think it's fun, lovely, what a show. That should be a regular. That should be on twice a week, to be honest with you. But
like I said, right? If it wasn't for Kelly, my health I wouldn't be at court right now.
Yeah,
I think it's only Kelly that's keeping us at bay. Apart from like my nephew, he's keeping us at bay as well. But
right.
it's mostly for Kelly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big up to Kelly and makes you look good, Davey. You know, if there's any problems with our chat, you got me, you got Claire Williams, you got all the Newcastle fans. Just give a head soup sort of thing and just let us know, and then we chat to you anytime. You know that. That's what we love.
Always.
That's why.
DM's always open.
Yeah, that's why I proposed to her phone. You know, she's been a great help to us. So you know, that's why I done it. I done it. I done it on. I think it was just after the Italy game.
Yeah, man.
She coming from work, and I proposed to her, and she said yeah. So
fair enough.
It's getting done next year.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I hope things goes well for you, man. Just going through his comments. Geordie, opposition panel were biased, so making sure the cat Kia scores first is a clever move. We'll win the cat Kias. Don't worry about that. If they got something to hide and try to get it found. Any clubs north of Manchester doesn't exist. I have to agree there. I mean, I've said that to Kelly because Kelly's a man. She's a Manchester United fan, and I said, and even she said, if this was Man United, this takeover would have been done. She said it's because of the top six, and she's a Man United fan, and she's coming out and saying that it's all because of the top six. Yeah, I agree. If I was a United fan, right, not being funny, I would stick up for Newcastle fans 100%, and I was stick up for years, happy days, and get Newcastle United back to where they flipping belong, and that is to be one of the giants. And that's what she said. She turned around and said, "I'm 100% behind all your fans." Because she come from Manchester. She moved down here to be with me. Yeah. So she's living here with me. Sure. But she's obviously she's at work tonight. Yeah. Bless. Jeez. I got breaking news as well, by the way, and I'll comment on in a minute. If PLS cannot buy the club, what's stopping Stephen Rubens? I can see where Bask came from last week on the Horseman show. Think about the club and then get in the Saudis to look after it, sort of thing, and just do as they say. Basically, that's a good point. That's what we did. And I got hammered for that.
Exactly. Like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So just say it. If they don't like it, then they just have to deal with it. Let the man safely and the Rubens buy Newcastle. Then the Saudis come in with all their money and say, "Yeah, this is what I want you to do with it." Exactly. Totally agree. But again, the Premier League won't do that because the Premier League are corrupt and they don't want us to upset top six, and we all know that. Like I said, I got so much stick on Twitter. I had to take the tweet down. Don't take the tweet down because they're giving you stick. Just go away from it. Leave it up because you're basically letting them win. Exactly. And you know what it is, right? If people, I had someone say the go at us because I said that Steve Riff, I say Steve Riff beats Simon John hands down, sort of thing, like the things Simon John's come out with, and Steve shot him down, basically. I mean, it was like ding dong there, sort of thing, really was. But it just goes to show that Simon John don't really know about Newcastle United Football Club. He doesn't, and Steve is trying to explain to him. Simon Jordan, he's all for the big six. He's all for Man United, Man City, Liverpool, your Chelsea's, your Arsenal's, your Tottenham. You're right. He doesn't want Newcastle. He comes out and says that Newcastle deserve better, but he doesn't want Newcastle. It's the same as Jim White. Jim White, he's another bell end. Well, you see that Peter Willis, former Newcastle reserve player and referee during the 70s, 80s, has died. Sad news for Peter Willis. My condolences goes out to his wife and family, and this very difficult time for Peter Willis. I do apologise on that one. Thanks for that, John Ditchett. Ryan, if you look at other clubs are buying, you would go down this season. I totally agree. I've always said that. Liam, I know where you stand, John, but were the other two good decisions, like on Ashley? I mean, I'm not going to tell them, don't go. That is a decision you're going to have to make. The 6 month delay either means there's something big to be uncovered or something big to cover up.
I hope we win the cat kiss, Jack. We really, really do. Liam, the Premier League is being corrupt. One of the reasons why is when
is this cat case going public?
Yeah, it will be. Because they tried to kick it out and they failed. I reckon that'll go public. No question. It definitely goes public.
Are we getting the transparency yet?
If you win the cats thing, right, and it's gonna open up. It's definitely gonna open if you win the cats CAT, that's gonna open up, and it is what it is. So if we win that, I'm sure it's gonna come out very soon because we as fans deserve
when does the cat case start?
I don't know when it's gonna start, but apparently it's gonna start soon. When we don't know. I don't know. When it comes out, then I'm sure maybe I'll let them know sort of thing. So I've got Burnley, the owners, don't have the money to buy the club, never mind run it. Why did the Premier League take him on then? I don't think it's the Palace to take over wouldn't have happened because they're on a big six club. We end up
because of Burnley. That's why it went, because of Burnley.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not Newcastle.
And we've got neither striker. Yeah, exactly. I got Robin and Rita. Hello to you, my guy. I hope you're okay. Who's the Swansea fan there? Reveal yourselves. That is Gareth Price. He's a Swansea fan and I deliver his tyres nearly every day. So he's a terrific lad. Loves football. He's got passion for Swansea City. Big up to him. John, can you ask David if there was ever a new Nufc movie made, if they can contract it in, would you like to be new Shrek? That's from Paul Jones.
That's a no.
Fair enough. I got Billy, Davis top man.
The Shreks in Derby.
Yeah.
The Shreks in Derby.
Evening, Johnny last Paul, I got your message, mate, on my phone. And hope you get better soon, mate. I really, really do. And
I'll be back in 10 minutes, John.
No, that's Paul.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. I've got to wrap us up soon anyway. So, and I got Peter is a famous was first Western Sailor player off in the cup final 1985. Cameron Moran of Man United. Rest in peace to Peter. And look, I've now fished out enough Newcastle fans constantly bashing everyone who says something critical of the takeover. Get over it. We got the cat case coming up as well, and the Rudan bit. And if we win that, then believe you me, that could open up a few things. We need transparency at the football club. We really do. We've suffered for 18 months.
We need transparency in football.
We do. And we're suffering from it, mate, because the fact of the matter is, I'm not being funny, but we need transparency, and it's gone on for a long, long, long damn time. And I left you out a bit, James, didn't I? I mean, what do you think? Do we need transparency? It's got to happen.
James again. If I ever meet you, I'm gonna just sellotape my name to your head.
Oh, sorry. I just call you Jay for now and then. Yay!
I believe that all the other 14 teams deserve equal rights. Is not just everything to rely on just Newcastle. All the 14 teams deserve the equal rights, and just keep protecting the top bloody six or the big six.
Like Paul said last night, right? If all the other 14 teams, right, dropped out of the Premier League and said, right, you know, them top six wanted to break away, right, and we were fighting against it, right, and just say, well, stuff your Premier League, have your top six.
Exactly. Chuck them out of the Premier League. Do to them what happened to Rangers when they were top of Scottish football, and then they got demoted straight down to the third tier. Do it with the big six. See how they'll like it, because they're just going to get a slap on the wrist.
They didn't even get that. They got 200. Was it? They got a £250 fine.
Joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
What's that £250 to Man United? What's that £250 to Roman Abramovich?
3.5 million each got fined. 3.5 million.
Oh, 3.5.
Yeah,
but it's still more.
Well, to all of them, it just feels like 250 quid.
That's a feels like
crazy, man. And got some more comments said, Bruce looks like Donald Trump with that hat at New York. He's an absolute muppet. He really is. And then
was absolutely
the cat
atrocious.
kiss, I think. Another Village just sent out, right? The cat kiss, I think we watch it online. Can't get more transparent than that. Can we watch it online?
I've not heard anything about that.
And then I remember when Tottenham Man City were bang average teams. Yeah, so like, we usually finish above them every single season, every time, especially under Bobby Robson. And how times has changed now. And I've got, and I think Jordan got the better of his DUF, to be honest with you. And then I've got Liam.
I'm saying he didn't like, but I have watched it, so I can comment on that.
Fair enough. The big six brings some money to the Prem.
But I
That's
will
treatment. Yeah, fair enough. And I've got Liam. No, Billy. The big six were the ones that decided the punishment. Laughable. I tell you what, they controlling the Premier League. They are controlling the Premier League, and they know what goes on. Richard Masters, Jeff Hoffman, weak, spineless gets. They really, really are. Just got latest score. Celtic won. What up in the Champions League, by the way, at half time. So
they're going to dominate that league next season.
I hope we do. I hope we flipping do. Let me tell you.
No, that league, right? Well, that manager, Steven Gerrard, will not stand a chance in that league with that manager.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of prefer Rangers to Celtic.
And to be quite honest, to be quite honest with you, and I don't even know the manager. I haven't even seen him before. I've never even heard of him. But he's starting to pick up performances. So as long as he's picking up them performances,
yeah,
I'll
man.
be happy. I'll be happy.
Yeah. I think Celtic will get it back anyway, sort of thing, like, you know. So they're going to win it back. If Angie Boston Aggie starts well, he'd do it.
Have you heard of the manager before?
If I'm honest with you, I heard of him when he managed Australia, but I didn't know too much of the guy.
Never heard of him at all.
I watched this interview and I think, whoa, I think you could do business Celtic, you know. Wasn't the Celtic manager in home and away? I'm not sure about that one. So the Scottish League is League 2 standard. Fair enough. That's Liam's comments there.
I went to watch Rangers versus Celtic when Henrik Larsson was playing, and we beat them. I think it was 6-2.
He was an absolute goal machine. He was.
I loved Henrik Larsson. He was a legend.
World class.
Legend at Celtic.
I'm not being fun, but if Henrik Larsson was playing the day, it'd be worth at least 50 million. He's that good. He really is. So
how much did we get off Man United for him? My shot was around about 30 million.
He was
on loan, didn't they?
He took it out. Yeah, he was on loan. I mean, he went to Barca, didn't he? He went to Barca on the free, and then he came on United on loan.
Oh, right. I thought we got money.
No, he went from Barca to his hometown club.
He went back to Helsingborg, I think.
Helsingborg, and then he went on to United on loan for a couple of months. And I told you what, he made a difference winning the league. He's still got it. He still had it.
Man, no, got a habit of signing old strikers like Henrik Larsson, Zlatan, now Cavani. They got a habit of signing very old players.
Exactly.
But they're still doing the job.
Exactly, they can still do a job. And what do? We get an Andy Carroll that's scored 1 goal in 2 seasons. So I'm glad he's off the books.
We got a Joe Linton who can score for crap. Even though I've got him on the back of my shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was a Christmas present. Like I said, I couldn't see it. I didn't want it.
Yeah, I have Mikel Merino on the back of my shirt, only because I would
have preferred Maria Shelby, but
he was class.
Only because my dad is a Crystal Palace supporter, and Mikel Merino scored the only goal in a 1-0 win. So I got Mikel Merino on the back of my shirt just to rub it in on him.
I agree. Merino, where is he now? He's going. I think he's going to Barca. I think.
I still think we should have kept hold of him.
Definitely. Definitely. I got Liam here. Starting the West Ham game, we should protest exactly how the Man U fans protested. If you're going to do a protest, this is my opinion. If you're going to do a protest, right? Don't do it in little groups. Do it as one.
Do it as a fan base.
Do it as a one. And
Yeah,
that
as a fan base.
A huge fan base. And make a statement. Little groups.
Make it loud, make it clear.
Exactly.
Bring those banners, bring those flags, bring your voices in front of the TV cameras, make your voices heard.
But the problem is, though, Sky ain't going to do that. Sky ain't going to record that. There's no way. They won't do it. They've been told, don't record it. You know what I mean?
They'll turn back to the camera. They'll turn the camera straight off as soon as they hear stuff like that. The cameras will go back to the studio.
They won't do it. They won't do it to Man United, but they do it to us. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't do it because we don't get coverage. You know what it is? We don't get coverage, right? We're not a big club, according to them, right? We don't get airtime with them at all whatsoever, unless it's bad news. Do you know what I mean? But if it's that, they just don't want to. They're not interested. This is why a lot of people are switching off Sky. A lot of people are cancelling their Sky subscriptions. A lot of people are just getting sick of it on TalkSport as well. So Gaza are all firm. Sods fans can help us. Then Gaza just playing them off the park with Brian Roundtrip.
I would have cancelled my Sky subscription, but it's the only way I can support the boys.
I don't even have Sky. I've never had Sky. I watch all my games on BT Sport.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise us.
No.
I mean, they're gonna lose a lot of money. I'll tell you what I'd love to see. It ain't gonna happen. An empty stadium. An empty stadium to just let them know that we want what we want. And it's not gonna happen in Newcastle because
we had enough empty stadiums last season.
Yeah. People still turn up, man. If people want to go to the matches, you carry on. You go for it. You know what I mean? And
that's because we are too passionate for our club.
But they'll not be a full capacity. It's in James's Park.
Not for the first game, it won't be. Not for the first game, it won't be.
They'll not be anyway. They'll not sell the season tickets while he's still there.
Exactly. Totally agree. And then what they do, they'll probably end up giving it away for now. But that ain't
exactly. You'll get halfway through the season and Ashley will do what he did the last time and start giving the season tickets away.
The best thing to do is then, I mean, people could think, do you know what? I'm not going to ruin these season tickets, and just get it for free in January. Do you know what I mean? That's what's going on.
That's just a perfect idea. Don't bother doing that. Wait till he offers it on a discount, then nap it up.
Bingo. You're right.
He's lost money and you've gained a profit.
Exactly. But they're still going to announce there's 52,000, you know, and turned off, which will be embarrassing. Billy, well, there's too many egos for the fans to be united, John. Remember the walkout? Protests arguing against which minute to walk out on. That didn't, after 69 minutes, that didn't work. Do you know what I mean? The thing is, so, if you're going to do something, do something.
You know,
that was not planned out well enough.
It's not like walking out, right? It's like going onto the pitch and making your feelings loud and clear.
Yeah. He's like the Blackpool fans, according to Liam. Blackpool fans.
Stay in the stadium, go onto that pitch and make your feelings clear, loud and clear.
Do exactly what the Man United fans did.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet we still wouldn't get no coverage if we were to do the exact same thing.
Exactly. Can you imagine having a live show, get a live game, right? Empty stadium. It works in Italy. Perfectly works in Italy. Hop in Milan, hop in at Hellas, Lazio, right? And I'll tell you what, they done something about it. And the president did something about it. And Jake, thing is, if revenue falls, it only hurt the team. Actually won't be hurt in his own pocket. Yeah, that's the thing. Can't win.
You can't win.
Jake, can't win. I was going to say, I won't give you too long, guys. So I'm going to wrap this up, because obviously I'm going to get myself early. But just the questions to you two guys. Where do you think Newcastle's going to finish? I'm going to start with David.
I think we'll finish in the relegation zone, bottom of the league, and that's not me being negative. That's me being honestly point blank honest. With the team we've got, we've had no signings. We've got, you felt Lejeune for $4 million. Why 4 million? You can get a lot.
4 million. He's worth so much more, and he should have been kept.
But you know, we've got no cover for centre backs if one of our big centre backs gets injured. So I just think we're just on one knees, and we're just kind of will not be able to cope. And I think ASM's on his way out.
I tell you what, we lose ASM, and I think someone said earlier on, we lose ASM, then believe you and me, then the club value just shoot down lower and lower and lower if that happens.
So
and we're worse than India,
I'm sorry, but I think we'll finish bottom.
Fair dues, fair enough. And we are going to Joe. We decided Newcastle fans did what the Sneaky Six fans did it for those ungrateful Geordies at it again. And Liam will finish 18th. Jason, I've got to ask you as well. Do you think you're going to finish bottom? Where do you think we're going to finish at the end of the season?
If it's anything like the York game and we start playing like that, then I'm saying 18th. Otherwise, if we bring in if we actually do sign people, not just Willock, because it'll be the exact same team as we had last season. We need to bring more faces in. Yes, no disrespect to the kids that we've been bringing in, but when have we seen the youngsters make a breakthrough into the first team? We always get we've only had Andy Carroll and Sean Longstaff that have been first team regulars from the academy. We've not seen others actually make a breakthrough and be regular first team players. Which, what's the point in bringing these youngsters in if they're never going to get a chance? But if we bring actual first team players into this team and make the team stronger and not weaker, then I think maybe 15th at best. But it's depending on how Bruce does it. But he's just going to stick to his same old thing. But I'll probably end up saying 18th.
I totally agree. I mean, it does look good to us, sort of thing. People say we're not allowed to be negative, not being negative, sort of thing. We're talking facts. And I think that
I don't want
an injury away for having a crisis.
Like I say, I don't want to be negative and say we'll finish bottom, but the way it is, the way I've seen the players play on Sunday when they played York, I think we'll just finish bottom. But if we do sign someone, I think we'll finish 13th.
I mean, Jimmy is good. Yeah, I agree.
I want to say new faces through the door, and not just Willock.
Yeah, I always see about 4 or 5 players coming through, but the club is just in the standstill. We just haven't learned a thing.
We need a defender desperately.
How much does it cost to bring in a decent player that's going to strengthen us? It's going to take more than 10 mil. We're going to get a budget player that's going to be like another Hendrick, and it's just not going to strengthen us. It's going to weaken us.
Our club is weak anyway, let's be real. I mean, Wilson and Willock are the ones who's kept us in this league. But if we knock those two off, we're knackered. And got Jigger going 15, but I have no clue whatsoever. Our promoted teams are strong in this team around with all fees spending and investing and looking much better with Fulham and West Brom did in the promotion seasons. I tell you all it is, Jake, you're right. We're just sitting still. I mean, Steve has come out and say it's bobbing along, it's bobbing away. But the problem is, right, it's the bottle's flat.
But he's seen as stuff bubbling away. What's that?
That's what he said.
What's all his tea? His tea's bubbling away.
Or his ego's bubbling away. Let's be real about this.
His wife's burnt the rice.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. It is ridiculous, man. The club is just, for me, people say it's something negative, but nah.
And we all know ASM has already said that.
No, we're not being negative. We're speaking the facts. We're speaking the truth.
Exactly.
And we all know ASM has already stated that if we don't start making ourselves a force and we're constantly in a relegation zone, I want out.
I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all.
I'll say right. At January, if we're sitting bottom of the league in January, I'll say ASM and Wilson Wilson going elsewhere. Just so
the whole of February are winnable games. If we're not safe by February, then for the rest of the season after February, they are some very difficult games, and we won't stay up if we're in a bad position.
I agree with you, 100%, 100%. I think Burnley will go this year. I don't think they will. Not under Sean Dyche, they won't be. No way. I've got a big up to Luke as well.
I haven't seen the fixtures. All I've seen is we've got West Ham to start the season.
Out of all the fixtures, if you look at February's fixtures, every single one of those games in February are winnable. We should get maximum points out of all those games. After that, we have got huge games, so we need to be safe in February.
When have we got Everton? I would love to see what perception Benitez gets when he comes to St James's.
He got a great reception. He got a great reception. Let's be real. He'd be brilliant.
You'll not get a good one at Liverpool. I know that.
I think he will. And I've got another comment as well. We're going to wrap this up very quickly, guys. I'm going to give them 5 more minutes. You've also got Vieira at Palace with some good signings. Spend 20 million on the defender from Swansea. He's played for Swansea, and he can do well. Burnley always managed to survive. Saints all made some good signings, and Brentford's B team beat the Boost in the cup. Jake as well. Don't like being negative at Newcastle, but it's really hard to find positives at the minute, especially Sunday's match. I couldn't find anything. Kellen Watts is the only best thing. That's it.
You know, I watched the first half and then I thought, what am I watching this for?
That's exactly my. I was starting to fall asleep. It was boring. And to answer that question, we go to Goodison on the 28th of December, and then Everton come to us on the 9th of Feb.
It'd be interesting. We'll just sort of see what happens on that, and just go a quick tweet as well. Just a quick tweet as well before I get away. The Premier League is working for who exactly? Lacking transparency, real suspect motives. It should never have come to this. But this is a powerful statement from the NEFC Supporters Trust after the latest takeover blow. And that's from Ian Mears, the MP from Gateshead. So that's a tweet there from yesterday, but I'm just going to read it out anyway. So, guys, I'm going to let you get away. I'm going to wrap this up, because I've been on for an early hour and a half, and need to get me bed soon. Did you enjoy coming on the show, guys?
As always.
Like always. You know, it gives us confidence behind the camera. You know, it gives us that little bit of boost that I actually need to start doing my own shows.
Yeah,
exactly the same. It gives me a much of a bigger boost to actually do live views and everything with other people.
You know, I will start doing my own channel again, but it's just getting back to my confidence and stuff like that, because my confidence has been shot.
Good for you guys. Thanks, Jake, as well. Good stuff, John Vushel. Thanks so much indeed. Also, I'll say thanks for Billy as well, and O'Donnell as well. Both thanks for calling me shows as well. And it's been fantastic, guys, coming on again. We've tried to make this a regular sort of thing, talk about Newcastle stuff and things going on. Any latest news on the Cats? If we win, I'll definitely be on live. And if you get a takeover, I'll do like a late stream as well. So that'll be fantastic. So listen, thanks for coming on, guys. It's been fantastic. I had to get a stream in as well because I'm not doing as much of what I will do. But guys, thanks for coming on, and I'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Cheers.
Away the lads.